I was looking back at my whips update from last month, from February, and I didn't have any finished objects. But this month I have tons of finished objects and tons of whips. Not as many future project plans because I kind of already did them all. So let's look at them. Hello and welcome back to the Knit Life Oils YouTube channel. So I have this really fancy new setup today. So I've been setting up this little corner out in my living room, and it has a walking pad, which I am currently standing on, and I have been knitting and walking on it, which you guys have been super excited about on Instagram. So I will make a full video on that another time. But I also got a standing desk, and so now it goes up and down so I can adjust you. And I have tons of finished objects and whips to show you. So they're all laid out in front of me, which is great. So let me show you this new fancy setup ready. So here's my standing desk, and it goes up and down. And here is my walking pad. So this is working out great, and I love it because then I can just adjust the height of the camera, which I think is really cool. So move this back a little bit. And you get all my lovely sparkly paintings over here. My sister did this. She is 13 now, but she did this a couple years ago, probably when she was like 11. Yeah. She does beautiful things with combining colors. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so let's do finished objects. So this is my great Gambit cowl, and this was the thing that I spontaneously cast on last month, and I knit the whole thing in 8 days, so I got to wear it to Red Alder. I also wear it to Rose City Yarn Crawl, and I'm probably gonna wear it other places because I love it like this. Okay, so, oh, that looks so cool, look at it. Wow, I've not seen it like held up like that. That's really cool. Okay, so this is the Grid Gambit cowl by Samantha Guerin, and the yarn, the white sparkle is from Maggie at Yarnacious, and the rainbow gradient is a double knit sock blank from Malia Made It. And I couldn't have written this finished object thing better. It's gorgeous, and it looks exactly like I envisioned it in my head, and that's amazing. So I also love this pattern. This pattern is so like meditative, and it looks amazing. So I love that. And spoiler alert, I already cast on 2 more, and you'll see those later. But yeah, so that is the Grid Gambit. One of the things I really like about this is that, it's this bandana style cowl that I've been seeing a lot lately, and I made another one, and it was longer on the back seam, and that really bugged me. Like, I got really tangled in it, and like, it kind of felt like it was choking me, like there was too much there. And so I wasn't able to get it to lay like I wanted to on the front. And so I really appreciate that this seam in the back is shorter, and it's only like 11 inches, I think. And that gives it enough to keep it together, but not so much that it's restrictive in the front. And so I really like that that makes it lay better, and it doesn't quite look like a bib, which I really appreciate. So love the Grid Gambit cowl. Highly recommend that pattern. It's so fun. I have already made like 3 of my friends or more make one. It's amazing. Okay. So I also finished the Tinsel Mitts for my mom. They were for her birthday at the end of January, but I finished them a little bit into February, so that's okay. But she loves them, and I made some modifications to the pattern, and they fit her a lot better than the first ones that ended up being mine. So, those are in the River colorway from the Color Story DK collection from Price You're Cheap. And the thing that made me the happiest with these is that when I gave them to her, her nail polish matched them. So that was perfect. So yeah, Tinsel Mitts went great. Okay, let's do. So this is the Michigan Avenue wrap, and this uses 3 colors from the Color Story yarn line from Twice You're Cheap. This is Strawberry Cream, Orchid, this one's Orchid, and African Violet. So, I like this, but it it's not as wide as it was supposed to be, and I had to go up like 3 needle sizes to even get it this big. It is as long as it's supposed to be. I had to add a set of 10 rows to each section to get it to be this long. And so I'm not really sure how to wear it, and it doesn't quite feel like the right size. I tried to put tassels on, and that didn't go well at all. I'm not normally a tassel person anyway, but I tried to make the tassels, and it just, I had a vision for it and it wasn't working. So, so we didn't do any tassels. One side has an arrow and one side is flat, but yeah, so we'll see if I can figure out how to wear that or do something interesting with it. So, let's see. Okay. So this is the Adalae Cowl that I am hosting a knit along for in April. And you're more than welcome to still join us. And this is my Katie Colors yarn collaboration with Always Be Kind Yarn. And we decided that this is going to be a permanent colorway on her website because you guys were so excited about it and you wanted to be able to still get it. And so this is going to be always available on her website. I will link it in the caption. I love the way that these play together. Look at this. Okay. Oh yeah. Perfect. So I had a really good time making this. So several people asked, like, so the original pattern is written for sport weight and it's really tall. So I modify it a little bit and do several sections of the pattern repeats, and then I just use one skein of fingering. So this used a whole skein of fingering, and it did look pretty short before I blocked it. It was probably like this wide before I blocked it, but then I blocked it up, and so now it is taller and it just loops around like this, and so that works out nicely. And I don't feel like it's too tight, which is great, and I kind of love the way that it fits and sits and whatever. So I wore this to Yarn Crawl too. So that's the Adalae Cowl pattern. So this is a Pawprint Love Beanie. That's pretty. These are also colors from Color Story DK. This is Caribbean and what's the other? Is it Violet? Something. It might be like Violet or something. We always forget the name of it might be Lavender. We always forget the light purple name. I don't know why. So, yeah, I don't do color work very often, but I did do color work for this. It was a knit along, and I choose to hold both colors in the same hand, in my right hand. I have tried holding both colors in one in each hand, and my brain just doesn't like it, and it takes forever, and it just makes my brain really tired. So I hold one on my second finger and one on my third finger, and then I'm able to throw a stitch from either color, and that works out really nicely. This hat is a little bit big, so I am making another one with the reverse colors, and I am going to take out a couple repeats, and then I think it will kind of snap back and forth a little bit better, but it's cute and the color work looks pretty good. So that was 5 finished objects in between the last time I made a whip video and this time, which I was pretty impressed with. But that's probably because I didn't have any last time, and so then I just kind of finished them all. So, and we're kind of in that cycle again. I kind of cast on all of the things. So, okay, this one, so we're switching to whips now. So this one is kind of an old whip. So I made the first half of my Clambake Poncho last year, and it's just a big rectangle, and then it'll be seamed on the shoulder seams, sleeves, yeah. It will be seamed on the shoulders to make sleeve-ish things. And so this is the second side, the other side. So I finished the striping section, and I have probably like 45 inches left, and it's just knit back and forth. So I like to, well, knit purl. I like to take this when I just want to be able to knit and not think about it. But I also need to be able to wear this to H&H this year because I want to show Roseanne, who is the designer of Cozy Coastal Knits. That's the book that this pattern is from. And Kylie from Moonlit Yarns has this yarn, and I want to show her this poncho in it. So that is my Clambake Poncho. And then, okay, let's do this one. So last weekend was Bro City Yarn Crawl, and my friend Mackenzie from Hanks and Needles was wearing this cardigan that was just, it had a lot of like plain knitting, but it also had a really cool cable section down the back and a ribbed collar that I really liked. So I, of course, had to go home and cast it on. But it's DK weight. I never have enough yarn to make a DK weight sweater because I don't ever buy that much DK. And she's like, oh, it's fine. You can just use fingering held double. So I didn't really have fingering held double in that amount of yardage either. So I'm going with a little bit of an experiment. So I'm combining several different pinks. And so this is the pink that I ended up using for the top of the collar. And this is going to, so that this goes like this in the end. So the collar goes this way, and then it will go out from here. It's raglan increasing. And so this is the second pink, or it's the main color. I have 4 skeins of this, so it kind of comes out to like 2 skeins of DK. And this is Clefairy from Fangirl Fibers. And this is Glenda from Yarnaceous. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 8 rows of this pink, and then 2 to 4 rows, I haven't quite decided yet, of this one, because I definitely don't have enough of this one to put it like everywhere. But I'm also not sure I have enough of this one. So we're kind of playing yarn chicken before we even start on this one. And then I have more of this yarn, which is from Little Wolf Knits. It was the exclusive colorway for the Nitty Natty membership. And I am thinking that I'm going to use the rest of this for the cuffs of the sleeves, possibly a little bit more of the sleeves if I run out of the other yarn, and then the bottom ribbing also. And then it's just going to be stripy. So it's basically going to be a pink mashup. And that sounds kind of fun. So I said in my stories last night that this is either going to be epic or it's going to be a total disaster. Those are kind of the options on this pink mashup situation. So, okay, that brings us to the 2 grid Gambit cowls that I have going now. So this one is the teal and pink and purple. So this is Mr. Blue Sky from Junie and Sai, and this is Lucy Hair Don't Care from Stitch Stuff Yarn. And I had really been looking for something to do with Stitch Stuff Yarn, and I found this color at Red Alder, and I was like, I didn't have the other one with me, and I was like, will this work? Will this work? And it is turning out beautifully. I love these 2 together. It looks amazing, and I'm so excited to wear this one. But I got a little bit distracted and had another idea for a grid Gambit and cast on another one. So this one is white with, it's gonna fade on this color, the background color, and I will show you with what. So this is a sampler pack of Color Store DK from Twice Your Cheap, and this is the natural. So I'm almost finished with this gray, and then it's going to go into this blue, the teal, purple, pink, and then it will go to the darker colors and end with the blue or gray. So I was really excited about that. So I had to cast that on also. And all of my projects right now apparently use a size 7 needle, which is very weird because that never happens. That's not the size that I use all the time, but apparently right now it is. So, I'm trying to kind of get this one to the same place, and then we'll kind of maybe go back and forth, or maybe I'll just finish this one and then go back to the blue one. So the blue one is on holders right now. It's not forgotten and it's not in timeout, okay? Just for clarification. But, yeah, so those are my 2 additional grid Gambit cowls. I think I have yarn for like 3 more. 1, 2, at least 2, possibly 3. I just keep seeing the combination in my head. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. What would this combination look like? So apparently everybody's getting a grid Gambit cowl, or I'm just gonna have lots of options of grid Gambit cowls to wear to events. Okay, I think we made it. So in terms of future projects, they're kind of all right here. So I have several events coming up next month and I want to wear some of these. So I definitely have plans to finish them. That is the ultimate goal. Also the ultimate goal is to have things to work on set trips. So it's kind of a balancing act between finishing projects that you want to wear and having projects to work on that are simple enough while you're traveling. So that is the goal. Yeah, so I think that's it. And I will talk to you soon and show you my adventures and what I'm working on next time.